Well, I'm going to do 10 of these today. 10 times 10 minutes is 100 minutes. Now we're in 40. That's not bad. What will I talk about now? Stuff in the news again. North Korea. Great. I'm in Vietnam right now. Saigon. Ho Chi Minh City. I thought it was Ho Chi Minh because it's NH usually in Vietnamese is like sound. You know, like I don't know what that's called. Voiced, I guess. Yeah, voiced N. Voiceless is no. The N is. I don't know what that is. This is wasting time. Back to North Korea. So yeah, let's talk about how to pronounce or let's go back to the future destruction of planet Earth. Which one would you rather talk about? So, Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un. He went to school in Switzerland, private school. I guess that's where he learned his tolerant ways. Did they have any effect on the guy? He must have, I wonder what, they should actually interview people that went to school with him. In fact, I'm going to Google it directly after this. Yeah? Who went to school with Kim Jong? What was he like? He was obviously first in line in the canteen. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Thanks. But in his school, I wonder what he was like. Well, this is a power thing. I think he killed his uncle. It's just like old school court intrigue, isn't it? But with modern technology, sort of. Well, and modern enough technology. And I wonder whether you can see that they're not happy people. When you see these big celebrations they have. You know that kind of having a fixed grin because you're at a job interview or something? That their entire life consists of that. It's like being in a job interview with a threat of death for 70 years. It's going to wear you down after a bit. It's great to say that the hats are good as well. I mean, if you want to look ridiculous, pour yourself into a uniform that's about 4 times too big and have a hat that makes you look like Ken Dodd and the Diddy Men or some sort of mid-80s Rastafarian toaster from J.A. called, Colonel Mackerel or something, or that's a guy called that. Major Mackerel. Major Breakdown. Major Artery. Major Sandwich. Jamaica? No, she went on her own. Oh yeah, Kim Jong-un. I think I'm already affected by the radiation poisoning because my brain isn't working. So, somebody went to school, people went to school with him. I'm going to Google that. Maybe they had a pillow fight. Maybe that's why he's so angry. All of life on earth has to perish because somebody beat him in the night. His fellow students put soap bars like in Full Metal Jacket and gave him a good beating. I hope they did that to him. I hope he doesn't hear that I said that though. I wonder if I could take him in a fight. You think you could take Kim Jong-un? I think so. Depends if he had, his vast army behind him. Because he's probably only about 4'2". He's quite roly-poly. Incredible sense of entitlement. Dennis Rodman. Is this real? Are we in a real world or is this a dream? Dennis Rodman visits North Korea. I know millions of other comedians have probably touched on that, but it's just, this guy has nuclear weapons. The bizarre intersection of popular culture with actual real geopolitical stuff going on is, you got Trump. Peter Andre of America running things. A guy I saw a comedy roast of, and people said incredibly rude things. It was very funny. Snoop Dogg was on that, but then I think Snoop Dogg made a video about shooting Donald Trump. Maybe he didn't like the rider they had there, the catering wasn't good enough or something, I don't know. Yeah, but that's American culture, isn't it? Well, but the Italians did that as well. Well, the Italians are fucking worse. They had that, what's her name, Cicciolina. The porn actress went into politics. At the Love Party. The Germans don't do stuff like that. But the British got the monster raving loony party. Some guy dresses up like Elmo. The Buckethead, Lord Buckethead or something. I wonder if the Germans, I don't think the Germans have that. They're not inclined for things like that, are they? Because, their eccentricity usually involves, death of some sort of people. I remember, I've got a good joke about this actually. I talk about I was invited to a costume party, and the theme was "You are what you eat." So I went dressed as a German man I met on the internet, which I don't know if anybody, I haven't said it in public, that joke, but I think in 2003 or something, some German guy met, I don't know if it was another German guy, and they got talking and they discussed, hey, you ever wanted to be like killed, cooked and eaten? And the other guy said, it's just, I've thought about it, but I don't know, I just had other things on. I went bowling last week, so I couldn't really fit it in. And anyway, the guy went over to his house. He was murdered by the German guy, dismembered, fried, I think, or cooked, and eaten. And shit out, I assume. That's what you end up as. Shit. That's what I couldn't do. I couldn't be fed. I mean, if you get eaten by a shark, people don't usually get eaten. They get bits of them, chunks of the body taken out, but they don't get. But then animals never really do get the whole, unless they're fish, or I think killer whales eat the whole seal. Chomp it down, and sharks certainly do, but they can't eat a whole. Crocodiles do, snakes do eat the whole animal. But I think that there's been a snake that has eaten a baby or something, isn't it? I don't know. I think I was looking into that when I was babysitting, and he was getting a bit out of hand. My nephew. I'm just kidding. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Ending up. No, human beings don't get eaten. Unless it's a Tyrannosaurus Rex, I guess they could eat all of us. They might not do it. A great white wouldn't eat all of us. Would he? They just take chunks out, don't they? Usually. And then all the little buggers, the layabouts that don't do any work, they come along afterwards and sort of nibble away. So let's say you got your torso ripped out by the great white shark. Your entrails are flailing all over the place. You got to be back at your mum's house later on. She's probably worried sick. Maybe he's got your leg. He's chomped that off. You're basically a torso. You got one arm. Your head's hanging by a thread. It's not the afternoon you were hoping for. Things haven't panned out. You will be late for dinner after all. In fact, you will be dinner for later for the shark. So the shark doesn't eat all of you. He eats some of you. And then these little fucking bastards come along. Let's be honest, parasites. Fish vultures, I guess you'd call them. And they eat you. They nibble away at you. And then they shit you out. And then you become coral, I guess, which is kind of sweet. Probably hippies would like to do that. Yeah.